Who says there's only one type of football in the UK? You're listening to the Always Punting Fantasy Football Podcast with your hosts, Anthony Watson, Steve Wright, and Saren Hayward.
Welcome in everyone to the Always Punting Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm Anthony Watson, with me Saren and Steve. A little bit about me. Obviously born and raised in the UK. Been following the NFL now for about 26 years. Started when I was little. Raiders always used to be on the BBC when I was a little boy. Not going to lie, when I was younger, I used to follow the Bucks. Had a big thing about the Bucks and Keyshawn Johnson and Warren Sapp days. But then I didn't watch the NFL for a good few years, and I come back to following the NFL when Peyton Manning joined the Broncos, and I just picked up and hit the ground running then. So,
Nice. Yeah.
About me.
I'm Saren. So I wasn't really big on the NFL until I went on holiday to America, and then I was looking at some jerseys. Saw a Tiki Barber jersey for the Giants. Loved the colours, so I checked them out a bit. Loved the Giants, and I thought, yeah, they're the local team being in England, aren't they? Turns out it's the Patriots that are closest, so I'm actually glad I'm a Giants fan over them.
Didn't you pick your team, Joey, based on geographic?
Yeah.
Go pick New England because that's the closest. Go pick New York because that's the closest.
Yeah, that's literally what it was.
Geography.
And it was a bit influenced as well because I was watching a lot of ice hockey at the time, and I liked the Rangers, so I thought, keep it in New York. And so that's how I became a Giants fan, and I've been following ever since. I haven't followed it as long as Ant, but probably around, what is it now, since we've known each other, so what, about 15 years?
15, 16?
15, 16 years.
Yeah, well, we all started watching together in college, didn't we? So.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, that's me.
I'm Steve, Colts fan. Please don't laugh at that, thank you. My first game was actually Colts Super Bowl. Against the Bears. Against the Bears,
Yeah.
So what was that? About 15, 16 years?
Yeah, when I predicted the 93 yards.
Yes, and he predicted that.
First ever one in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I decided, no, this team's already losing. Yeah, why not? We'll follow them. And stuck with them so far. But enough about the Colts. We never have to hear about the Colts for the rest of the episode.
I'm sure there's definitely a bit about the Colts coming on.
No. We didn't actually play this week.
And just a little bit about the man behind the cam, the juicer, Andy, our American friend who, for some weird reason, decided to leave Florida for sunny Stoke-on-Trent at his age.
Who needs Miami?
Miami to Abbeyalton, Stoke-on-Trent.
Nice.
Judging by that, I don't think it was a choice for him to leave. I think even the Americans were like, let's shoot this guy off.
Well, that's a little bit about us and what we're about. Should we crack on with some reviewing?
Yeah, we can
week
do
2.
We can do 15 games of this week if you like.
All 16 games.
Oh, bear with me, the light's just gone out. I thought I'd gone blind then.
Right, I'll make a start and I'll crack on. Chargers at Chiefs, 24-27. Biggest takeaway from this game for me, Travis Kelce getting body slammed.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
But I only saw the highlights of the game, caught 40 minutes. I didn't watch the game. I'm not staying up all night long watching two divisional rivals fight it out. But caught the game there. Like I say, we take away from this as well. Patrick Mahomes, mediocre game. It's not his best. 24 for 35 completion, 235 yards, 2 touchdowns. Could have been a lot worse for him. Penalty saved him from his interception. I didn't see the penalty. Did you see anything on that?
No. I only watched a little bit. It was on at silly o'clock for us. But I thought it was a good game. I fancied the Chargers in that though.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought the Chargers were going to run away with it.
If it wasn't for Herbert's interception, I thought that got taken back 99 yards? 99 yards.
Yeah.
Was that the pick six?
Yeah.
I think
Gerald Everett asked to come out the game. He was absolutely gassed, and then Herbs passed it to him.
I think that's part of the problem, isn't it, that they missed out on Keenan Allen.
It was a big miss.
So, that's why I picked up Everett for this week.
Yeah,
those targets have got to go somewhere.
Well, I'm lucky I've got Mark Williams. He did something for us.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I got Everett off the waivers as well for Megala Bowl, and I forgot to put him in the team. So I was stuck with Cole Kmet because Kittle's on the IR.
Close. Yeah. Close stats.
Yeah. On the other side of the ball, Justin Herbert. What a baller. No one really knew him coming out of the college, did they? Played for Oregon. But he's balling out at 8 to 8. So he went 33 for 48, 334 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 2 carries for 1 yard. I think he's better than that as well. But
I think it's between Herbert and Hurts who's going to finish number 1 on the season.
You think?
QB, yeah. Fantasy-wise.
Fantasy-wise. Yeah, but look at Lamar Jackson's game yesterday.
Yeah.
Currently 7th QB ranking. Hurts.
I like Hurts.
Yeah.
He's great.
I've got Hurts. I'm surprised you said Hurts being a Giants fan.
But I'm just talking fantasy here. Like, he's probably going, something terrible's going to happen to him.
I do like it. He moves, gets the ball going, and the Philly have invested, haven't they? So,
a little bit.
Just a little bit. And I liked him coming out of Alabama.
Yeah.
Burgess time.
Who had the Philly game?
Juju. Is he fantasy relevant? Because you were big on Juju coming into the season.
The only reason I was big on Juju is because I picked him up for nothing.
That's very true.
Nobody had him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have traded for him, and if I did, it would have been a cheeky trade. I would have tried my luck, maybe give up a first round for him or something, or maybe a second round pick next year.
Because you picked him up in our dynasty, didn't you?
Yeah, I picked him up in the dynasty, but like I said, I picked him up for nothing. So for me, he's absolutely worth the risk on nothing.
Who picked up MVS?
And now a dynasty.
I'm not sure who picked up MVS, but I think that's a wasted pickup anyway. I'd rather take Juju. I'd rather have the risk of a big game with Juju.
MVS.
Is he going to have a big game though?
Yeah, he will do. At some point in the season, do you know what? Juju's going to be the DJ Moore this year. Ugh. He's going to have a big game, but he's also going to absolutely bum out against teams.
Yeah.
That's very true.
What are your views on Austin Eckler? So obviously he's seen reduced usage. He asked for the reduced usage as well. So Josh Kelly got the goal line usage, and so did Michelle, obviously getting reps.
I think I think he asked for the reduced usage so that he stays relevant all year.
Relevant.
Yeah, because
rather than last year for claiming to the TV that you're better play me.
Oh no, that was Keenan Allen.
Oh, was that Keenan Allen?
Yeah, because I listened to him and I played him.
And you played him
and he got me 0 points.
Yeah.
At least he was definitely out this week for me.
So Danny Boy, who I absolutely had his pants down last night, this weekend in our Dynasty League, he picked up MVS. MVS went 2 for 7 for 13 yards. He's a deep threat as well because he is fast.
Yeah.
But he ain't getting the look in. I thought he was going to be, obviously nowhere, he's not on Hill's level. I thought he was going to be Hill's replacement.
Can you replace Hill?
You can't really replace Hill, but he's not. But looking at that game, Watson, 2 for 2, 50 yards, 1 touchdown. Target, McCall Hardman as well.
Yeah, I mean, that first one you made, I just don't like his name.
They're okay. And why? McCall?
No, Watson. I just think
it's
great. Just waffle.
Great name.
I think the only 2 real fantasy relevant players on Kansas City are me to CEH.
CEH is on
and
big
Pat
season.
I've got CEH and I've had him on the bench both games.
Are you going
just
to start
because
next week? Who the Chiefs got week 3?
Yeah,
we'll
the Chiefs don't play. They play us next week.
CEH is a solid start. Is going to be.
You can start Juju, MVS, Mahomes, Kelsey, anybody
CEH.
Against us.
I don't think there's really anything else going through with that one, is there?
Just Keenan Allen on the IR. Obviously paid off for Matt Williams, didn't it?
He did, yeah. He had a big
How long
game.
did they have to stay on the IR for? Is it 4 weeks?
No. He's not on IR.
Is he not on IR?
He was
He's
just
out.
declared out.
Yeah, so they're
it's
doing a DAC with him.
I want to say hamstring. So I think he's
Pulled up on hamstring.
Yeah, so he's due back soon, I think. Next week against us. I've got him in my team, so he'll be playing.
He'll be back.
If he's fit, he's playing.
Yeah. And then obviously nursing the injury, but I think he'll play through because he's a bit of a baller, isn't he?
Yeah, he'll play through it.
So
he'll be fine.
So,
did you say he was having injections again?
I think they've said injections all season.
lump, didn't you?
Yeah. the way he got into the job is that he's going to go out of the job.
Yeah. I think if they make the playoffs, I think you might see him rested on a game or two. But when in that division, I think it's going to go all the way into it.
It's a big...
Yeah, it's a tough division.
Move on.
Yeah. Right, I'll go through the...
Off you go.
Washington Commanders versus the Lions.
Game.
I like it.
I think Wentz looked good. He had 3 touchdowns, 337 yards, 1 interception, 1 fumble, but still very fantasy relevant. I bet you boys over there are wishing you'd kept him this year over Matt Ryan.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, you know you are.
I think we might. I mean, we'll get into the Colts a little bit later on, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have Wentz back.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd say that.
Yeah, Wentz.
But with this game, both QBs were good. Jared Goff, I think he's trying to improve a point this year, especially after the Rams won last year.
The Lions are looking good. I'm on a bit of a Lions hype train because I watched Hard Knocks and they look good, and their coach is a monster.
Players, haven't they?
Yeah, that's St. Brown, Swift.
Oh, St. Brown was just a murderer this weekend.
I should have traded him away to you.
No, you shouldn't have traded him away.
And he was the only share I had of him in the Dynasty League, and I traded him away, and I can't even remember what I got for him.
Not a lot.
You got so it was, the trade was Mixon.
Oh, you did your running backs, didn't you? So you swapped Mixon
For Montgomery.
And
Then St. Brown was in there as well.
Yeah. So you threw away St. Brown and Montgomery for Mixon.
And somebody else.
Yeah,
It
there was a
wasn't
bit
just
more
Mixon.
to
There
it.
was more to it.
Traylon Burks,
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Burks.
Oh, yeah, the rookie.
Yeah.
my rookie. There's something else, but I'll have a look at the trades later. But
I think you gave me a first rounder.
nah,
Yeah,
I didn't have non-giveaway. Traded them all away last year.
Well, yeah, both QBs solid. You can start
Carson
them.
Wentz was solid.
Yeah.
The guy 30 for 46, 337 yards and 3 TDs.
Yeah, you can play him every week, I think.
The Washington.
Can you?
Fuck.
I think so.
What?
I think
Washington.
he's a good streaming.
Well, the thing is,
He's a mint streamer in the league we're in, the deep 2 QB.
Yes, the Superflex one.
There we go, yeah.
Yeah.
2 QB Superflex.
I think you can start him. Honestly, because I mean, you look at
Matchup dependent.
I mean, you look at the receivers. So he's got Dotson, who saw 99% of snaps.
Dotson
Did
could be
well.
rookie.
He's got
so
McLaurin.
far.
Yeah.
Again, cracking wide receiver.
Scary Terry.
He's got Gibson and McKissick, who are both splitting.
Smooth cheese.
How long is Gibson going to be there though? Because Robinson should be back week 5.
Robertson isn't going to push Gibson out. He'll
No.
push McKissick out.
And all of them are good pass catchers. So I think Carson Wentz is going to be relevant all year.
What about you think? What you think about Curtis
Samuel as well. Curtis Samuel, I think he was good.
My biggest pickup on last week waivers. He was
Yeah.
Samuel. No.
Curtis Samuel.
But you look at both games the Lions have played against the Eagles and these, and they conceded a lot of points, a lot of yards. So when they don't, I think the Lions are going to be a boom or bust team every week.
I think so.
They walk a thin line, don't they?
Yeah.
But they have made a lot of improvements. They are balling out. The only concern, Hawkinson.
I've dropped him.
You dropped him.
I've completely. I'm looking to. He's on my trade block.
I would say trade away.
Yeah.
Or bench.
I would say. But the problem is, I want Hawk to have a good week
And then
And
trade.
and then trade him
out.
away because no one's going to go for him now at the minute. I know tight end's really thin.
Who would you want to replace Hawkinson?
Well, that's why I picked up Everett because I've also got.
I don't know.
I've got Herb.
That's a good handcuff, link up that. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have been trying to poach Pitts off you, Andy. Just shaking your
No.
head.
He's like, no, that's his boy.
Pitts.
Not having that.
Pitts is a massive bust. He ain't playing tight end, he's playing wide receiver. Mariota can't find him.
Don't know how.
Can't
He's
find
got
him.
nobody else to throw
I know.
to. He has
Yeah.
nobody
Drake
else to
London,
throw
Drake
to.
London or Kyle Pitts. And he can't be either of them.
What are they?
Trade him away, Andy.
6'6", 6'4". Some big
Some
guys
loud
there.
and big dude.
But yeah, high scoring game, so a lot of fancy relevant players. How relevant they'll be next week is another story. But we'll go through that later.
Logan Thomas showed up. 3 for 5, 37 yards,
Yeah,
touchdown.
but it's tight end, isn't it? It's so thin. I mean, he puts what, depending on what league you're in, 10 to 15 points.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? At tight end.
He got 14-ish this week.
If you've got
But-
Logan Thomas or Taysom Hill, you're going to take the risk on playing Taysom Hill on the
Matchup
high
dependent.
points.
Matchup.
No. I'm taking the guy who's definitely catching the ball rather than the sneaky play that Taysom might have.
Yeah, but when you look at how many players Washington have got to throw the ball to, Logan Thomas, only 5 targets. He's not guaranteed that every week. You'll have weeks where he gets 1.
Yeah.
And that's where I'd rather take the risk on Taysom Hill.
He got his TD.
But yeah, I'll
Swift.
I'll go on. Did I put much down about Swift? Yeah, I just put Swift start every week.
Solid start, isn't he? So,
Start every week.
RB1?
Yeah, he saw reduced plays.
Yeah, but he saw
reduced
ankle injury.
Reduced attempts, but he's just come back from injury. You just keep him in.
2 for 5 on receptions, 31 yards. That's where he got his touchdown. So solid.
Did you see his touchdown?
No.
He fell over. He was at one point. He was lying on the floor.
And he still didn't get tackled.
And he didn't get tackled.
I saw him.
He caught the ball, slipped. He's got his face on the floor. He gets up and walks in.
Yeah. Well, the one question I did have for you both is if you've got McKissick and Gibson, both available on the waiver wire. I know they're probably not going to be in any leagues.
McKissick would be.
When you listen to this, so they're both very reliant on targets. So Gibson went from 8 targets last week to 4 this week.
Yeah.
McKissick went from 3 last week to 7 this week. So one halved, and the other one doubled, and then they swapped for who was the RB1 on the week for Washington.
Yeah.
So who are you picking up there? Are either of them, are both of them just a flex option though?
I'm pretty happy playing Gibson as an RB2.
Really?
In a deep league. In our dynasty league, no, because it's a shallow league. We've got a big bench. But in like the Megala Bowl, I've got Gibson. I'm playing him in RB2. And then we're in a 12-team PPR. I think I've got him there as well.
So you'd be taking Gibson?
I take Gibson every day.
Really?
I have picked McKissick up, but I think I've dropped him. I picked him up, I drafted him this year, and then I thought, no. I don't know. I haven't looked into too much, but with the is it Robson?
Robson, yeah.
Robson's injury.
He got shot, didn't he?
I thought he ain't coming back this season, so I'll pick McKissick up, and then it's like, he could be back week 5. So now
So you dropped him.
I might have to drop McKissick.
So if you had Gibson,
out of
are
the
you
2.
looking to trade him away?
Nope.
Out of the 2, I'm playing Gibson.
Would you trade?
Want to try and trade high on Gibson?
Solid flex, really, isn't it?
Ooh, depends what's on offer.
Well, yeah, obviously, but would you put offers out?
Yes, I'd listen to them.
Yeah. Right, okay, so we'll go on to the next one. So, Bucks versus Saints. Not a lot of fantasy relevant players this week. Well, unless you had Tampa's defence. Because they were good. Michael Thomas, his snaps went up. Another decent week. I'm getting more convinced that he's now becoming wide receiver 2/flex.
He's back, isn't he?
He's a wide receiver 2/flex at the minute for me. Olave saw 13 targets. So if this carries on, it could be a good pickup, but tough schedule for him. Evans looked good until the fight. Now he's missing next game. So
He's a good fight, though.
So pick
He
up.
levelled him.
Yeah, I mean Evans he's a boy, ain't he?
Yeah.
He's obviously got Evans. He's got his 1-game suspension.
Yeah, so you just.
But it's
pick
under
him.
review. We'll find out tonight.
He's appealed it. He's
So-
appealing it.
Yeah, it's appealing. It's not a review.
So if he does get suspended anyway, if you've got Evans, then I'd look to pick up Perryman or Gage for next week.
Would you not play Godwin if he's back or too soon?
I don't think Godwin will be back next week.
I don't. They're on about rushing him back if he gets.
Yeah, I don't think he'll see snaps and targets. I think he'll go to Perryman again.
So you getting Perryman? No.
I would if I've got Evans,
Yeah.
I would be looking to pick up Perryman. But if I haven't got Evans, I'm
You're
not looking.
So let me ask you a question then. Perryman or Julio Jones? If he's back.
Perryman.
Julio Jones.
I'd say.
Julio Jones is a proven baller. He looks back. He was the fastest dude on the field in week 1. He was insane.
He was the fastest one in their training camp,
in
apparently.
the training camp. Yeah, he's back. He's got. I know he's injured again. He's coming back again.
He's coming back from injury again.
Listen, we've got John Ross who run a 40-yard dash in 4.2. We don't ever speak about him.
That's very true.
So that's all there is for that game.
James Winston played with multiple back fractures as well. You know.
Well, he's old school, isn't he? Let's be fair. He's either going to throw you a TD or he's going to throw you an interception.
What was it?
That's it.
30 interceptions that year.
It was like 30 and 30, wasn't it? It was like, yes.
So not a lot in that game, to be fair.
No. I've got a good game for you. Miami, Ravens.
What a boring game that was.
A boring game, yeah, of 42-38, and I can see Andy's big smile now.
How do you feel about that, Finns fan, do say?
Two time.
To be fair, you could have had any wide receiver on, and they were fantasy relevant. Any of them. I mean, you got Bateman, started off 4 for 4 for 108 yards, got his TD, and then couldn't catch again after that. But shall we just talk about these two monster QBs?
Yeah.
I mean, let's think. 469 passing yards off 36 completions for Tua.
Who put 10p into it?
Mate, 10p, mate, someone's giving the whole dollar, I'm telling you. 6 TDs.
For a bloke, for
6
someone who they
TDs.
said Tua hasn't got a long ball, and the memes were coming out of him. I think I sent Andy memes of Tua spannering balls out of his hand.
Yeah.
Couldn't even get him 10 yards.
No.
What a game.
But
I haven't looked into it. It'd be interesting
not.
to see how many yards after catch Hill and Waddle are making.
well, I mean, if you look at him now, I've just got stats up quickly.
How much is it?
Tyreek Hill had 240 plus yards.
Yeah, but like I'm saying,
yards
where's
after
he catching?
catch.
Is it a 15-yard pass and
No.
Hill's burning away for 30-odd yards?
Tua was banging it up there.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple where I think Andy will tell you, they caught it and he had 5 yards left, maybe, and he just ran straight in, untouched.
Yeah.
I mean, that was all in the fourth quarter because the Ravens had gone home with the win by that point. They were absolutely smashing them for the first 3.
Yeah, Lamar and Tua.
Oh, Lamar.
If you haven't got Tua, are you making moves for him?
No. Because, I mean, after that game, people are going to want everything.
No, because I've got Kyler Murray, baller of the week.
No
The
chance.
Raiders could not tackle him on that 2-point conversion. He did 80 yards.
Have you
But,
seen the one where did he not stand in the pocket for like 13 seconds and nobody got anywhere near him
That
and
was a
then gave
2-point
up?
conversion, wasn't it?
Was it?
Stood there, shuffled around, and then just decided, swagger
going
around
in.
and going
Yeah.
in.
But just
No,
quickly.
I'd trade for him in a deeper league, but at the minute I've got, for all my leagues, I'm pretty set at quarterback.
I've got him
In
in
my
Superflex.
Superflex, I could do with, because Superflex at the minute, my
Your QBs.
second QB is Jacoby Bessette. So,
You don't think he's a starter every week?
I need to see a bit more from him. One game Monday. I liked him at Alabama. I love watching Alabama games in the NCAA. Different. The mummy cuddled in the NCAA.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly run through some of these stats, man. I mean, Tyreek Hill's a start every week, yeah?
Yeah.
Solid.
11 receptions, 190 yards, 2 TDs. All right. On the flip side, you've got Jalen Waddle, who was next to him. You're thinking if one has a big game, the other one's having nothing. So, Waddle, 11 receptions, 171 yards, 2 TDs. So, I mean, how are you going to stop them two?
You've got to look how many first downs Waddle was playing for as well. 7 first downs.
Yeah.
It was impressive
It was
to
big.
Very impressive to accommodate
Them two.
to both play like wide receiver ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, without a
Because
doubt.
some QBs, you know the read, so they'll just double cover.
And
Do
you
all one.
know there's some Dolphins fan out there who has got Tua, Waddle and Hill.
There's
I mean, the thing is, you got to remember when Tua was really successful back in Alabama. You know, the argument was you're playing with literally the top players in college, right? So now he's got, and he was always successful in that kind of system where he had the high quality, receivers. Whereas now, when he first came, obviously before Waddle came, before obviously Tyreek came, he didn't really have those options. So now you think about it, he's always only been best when he has those good receivers.
You're trying to tell me
Yeah.
Devontae Parker's not a good wide receiver?
So that's my only 2 cents.
So you're convinced on Tua then?
I think, look, I wanted to succeed because I want the Dolphins to be good for the first time in like 25 years. So,
Well, let's keep it fantasy relevant. Do you think he's a starter every week?
Maybe.
I just think that first half worries me. And if you actually I was listening to another pod today. Sorry, I gotta make reference.
What?
And it made a great point about how they were really. You look at the stats and look at some of those deep ball explosive touchdowns. That really, it's seat of your pants stuff. And is that going to be sustainable every week, or is Tyreek and Waddle going to, knacker every corner for the rest of the season in the second half? Maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. I think, put him on there, sure, start him.
Yeah, starting, just not next week though.
No, because it goes against.
You're playing Buffalo next week, so that's where we see the real tour come out.
Yeah, that's
Sorry, audience, for my lack of audio.
What do you think to the missing man, Chase Edmonds? I was high on him coming into the season.
A lot of people were.
But I thought he was going to be their number one running back, Mr. Dependable, but it doesn't seem that way. They've got too many.
Yeah, but you look at the game script. It wasn't a
Yeah,
running.
that's true.
It wasn't a running game, was it? You know what I mean? The game script was all about big plays, smash and grabs.
Suppose, yeah. They didn't really have the lead, did they? So
No.
They're not going to run the ball.
Big fourth quarter comeback.
I mean,
You're not going to do that giving the ball to Chase Edmonds, are you? He fits the scheme. He's going to make. I wouldn't be looking at moving away from Chase Edmonds.
No. What about Mostert taking touches away? You worried about him?
Most of them will be injured by week 5.
Yeah, most of it's too fragile, isn't he?
He's a great running back. So
He's too fragile.
it's just
Okay.
not Duvernay.
So, I think Duvernay, I picked him up
You
this
picked
week,
him up,
and
I
I
picked
got
him up as well somewhere.
I got a funny looking face on every emoji that you could see. Laughing ones, what you're picking him up for. What was the first thing you did? 103 yards.
But then he's injured, isn't he now?
Yeah. I mean, that's all he did all game. He did his 103. He picked up his 2 TDs last time. Right, guys. I think that's
move on?
enough on Miami. Shall we pick another game?
Yeah,
What have we got?
Patriots, Steelers.
Ooh.
Riveting game this was.
You
Let's
think?
see. So yeah, Patriots took the win 17-14 on that one. I haven't really got a lot to say about it. Obviously, Mac Jones, isn't he? 21 for 35, 252 yards, not bad. Yeah, he was fantasy relevant
Yeah.
this week.
In deeper leagues.
Yeah,
in the deeper leagues.
deeper
I
leagues,
actually,
yeah.
I dropped Mac Jones for Jacoby Bessette in my 2 QB super flex. And I don't know if I'm happy with that.
No, I wouldn't be. If you'd have said the other QB, Trubisky, yeah, sure.
Trubisky's. What do you think about Trubisky? Is it time for him?
I think Kenny Pickett's going to pick up some.
Two more weeks. He's
2
probably
weeks.
got 2 more weeks, I think.
I'm glad the rumours of him coming to the Giants never
I
happened.
mean, he's gone. He's gonna be out of the NFL in like 2 years.
Mitch Trubisky?
Yeah, this is his 3rd team, and he's already. I mean, come on. At some point, you just gotta call it a day.
Yeah.
Not yet, man. He's getting paid.
Well, I mean, it's just he just won't start again. Really, it'll just be a back.
No, he'd be a good backup.
Interjection, my bad.
No, he'll like I say, come out of the league. It's time to bring Kenny Pickett in, I reckon. Trubisky, QB 20 so far, 152 passer rating. He's Mitch Trubisky, isn't he? He's not exactly.
No, not like
dazzle.
fires. He's not stealing your wife, is he?
He's not winning the game either, is he? Let's be
Yeah,
fair.
he is the game winner.
You
Talking
could put her on a clear route towards him and he'd still miss it.
The running backs on both sides. So we've got Damian Harris. He had a bit of a better game. 15 carries, 71 yards and a touchdown. He looked alright. I'm a big fan of him. I've kept hold of him in our dynasty. I was going to try. I put him on the trade block actually.
You did.
But
And then
I
no
thought
one
he was
did.
going. It's just the Patriots' offense, isn't it? It's not very good this year.
It's not good.
So I'm not too. And then Najee Harris on the other side of the ball, obviously nursing an injury, but he's an absolute baller, and I took him off Steve
You did?
for buttons.
Buttons.
I got Najee Harris, Pittman.
Yeah, but then you got Kamara.
Keenan Allen.
Kamara's
Keenan
a
Allen.
bust. Keenan Allen, boring.
Harris isn't going to. Harris won't hit.
I think we
that
should
last
probably
year's
take a break
numbers.
there. Ant's clearly drunk.
I think
Kamara's a
the
bust.
only player to really come out with anything was Aguilar.
Yeah, big game for one at wonder though, isn't he?
Yeah, did you see that catch he made? Where he jumped over the DB.
Yeah.
I tell you what though,
Strength.
fantasy
Strength.
relevant.
Strong catch.
Went for 6 for 6 as well. So 110 yards, touchdown.
I think if Mac Jones starts targeting him in games, I think he's solid wide receiver.
No, he'll drop that down again.
You know, Myers is
yeah.
the wide receiver 1 for the Patriots.
Yeah, he is, yeah. So he gets all the attention, that's why Aguilar's free. Yeah. Against the shoddy
double cover of Patriots.
Steelers defense.
Deontay Johnson, average game. Claypool. What are you doing with Claypool?
He's so touchdown dependent. Because if he makes a touchdown, it's going to be a big one.
It is, yeah. But I've got Johnson, so I'm not even looking at...
The only wide receiver you're playing week in, week out from the Steelers is
Johnson.
Yeah.
Claypool, matchup dependent. Or if Johnson gets injured, because he was nursing that shoulder injury, wasn't he? So.
The advantage you got with Claypool is he'll take rushes, won't he?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't this week, but yeah, he could. He could.
The move
is
Pat Fryer move 4 for 7.
Fryer moves. Big lad.
Mate.
He is top 5 tight end this season.
Which isn't saying much though.
Didn't say much, I mean, so shallow, but...
I reckon I could get top 10.
Yeah, possibly.
Couldn't catch a ball, Sarah.
No, no, I couldn't. I'm 3'2", so... I could be your punt returner, that's about it.
Would you make moves for Pat Fryer move now?
No, I wouldn't be making moves for any tight ends to trade.
No,
because
trade away.
No, I'd be looking to flick between tight ends all year, try and pick good matchups and who's coming good and who isn't.
Yeah,
because if the only 3 tight ends there's probably 4. They're making moves for is Andrews, Kelsey, Waller's
looking good.
Balling out so far.
Maybe Kittle.
He's doing my head, and I've had to say, because I've got Kittle injured, so I picked up Komet. No, I got Komet, but I picked up Everett, forgot to put Everett in, and ended up with bloody Komet. Yeah. So yeah,
but yeah, Kittle's problem is he's too good as a pass blocker, so that's why he's not going to run a lot of routes.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are asking too much for those top 3 or 4 tight ends. They're wanting a wide receiver 1 and a... No. I'm not making moves for any tight ends anytime soon.
Right.
What other game of
Panthers Giants? I watched all of this one, obviously, and it wasn't a very good game. Neither offense were very good. Baker Mayfield was poor. Daniel Jones, I'm not going to comment on him much.
Daniel Jones doing
Danny
Dimes doing Danny Dimes.
No, he's so frustrating because he won us the game.
I like
on that on the 3rd and 10, I think it was, or 3rd and 12.
Yeah, I think it was 3rd and 12.
Yeah, and he ran for 12 yards, got the first down, won us the game. But then he does stuff where he's throwing into triple coverage and double coverage, and there's no man there. And yeah,
do you think he's trying to be the big baller, or do you just think he struggles with a read?
I see the coverage. I don't. He's just not consistent. Yeah. Mayfield's not going to do anything. No consistency
that's. I thought Baker Mayfield, fresh start with the Panthers, DJ Moore, better O-line than the Browns.
I won't be surprised if Sam Darnold gets snaps next week.
If what?
Sam Darnold gets snaps next week with him being back. But yeah, other than that, Barkley and CMC
must start.
You're starting them every week because you've drafted them so high, but they just had poor games. Like on offense, there was nothing going on. It was a kicker's game. It wouldn't surprise me if Graham Gano was top scorer.
I'll have a quick
Honestly,
look for
Tony,
you now.
I don't have a clue what's happening with Tony.
He's gone.
Sills had a decent game for what he did. He had one weird play where it was thrown to him and he'd made it for a first down and ran backwards, and we ended up not making it. But yeah, that's it for the Giants.
Solid waiver wire pick up this week. Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, Sterling Shepard.
A waiver claiming for him.
Yeah. He's going to see receptions. The same as James.
Well, they're out, aren't they? They're out. Kenny Golladay gone, not playing. Emptied his locker after the game apparently.
Yeah.
Can you blame him?
Tony.
Who knows what he's going to do?
Tony just likes playing on the bench.
Ballinger could be a tight end shout if you're really struggling. He had a good touchdown, but
yeah, I saw his touchdown.
Other than that, nothing really interesting from that game.
Where we at with DJ Moore then?
Out.
Keith, drop.
Out. Graham
Moore.
Yeah.
Out.
No, you're playing DJ Moore because he's going to have a big game somewhere.
Solid flex option. They haven't really got anything else.
They haven't. I thought Robbie Anderson would have been better.
He had that big foot.
Yeah, that was poor. Big play and then nothing.
But yeah, nothing more to say about that.
Just to go back, mate, looking at kickers for week 2. Graham Gano finished first.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
He's first.
Yeah. He made 250 plus yard field goals.
Yes, he did, yeah.
56 yard to win.
Yeah.
Fair one.
Do you know what I mean?
Fair
Yeah,
one.
nothing else to say about that.
No?
No.
Right. Let's pick another game, shall we? What shall we look at? Because
Don't keep avoiding it, Steve.
Sure, let's talk about the Colts.
Yes.
Or should we just talk about Jacksonville?
I mean, yeah.
Colts.
Right.
Colts,
No,
nothing.
we'll just talk about Jacksonville, really. Let's be fair.
I mean,
Colts
you didn't
did
score,
nothing.
so there's nothing to
So
say.
there's nothing to say. There's no one relevant.
There
Matt
is
Ryan
zero
sucks.
relevance.
Jonathan Taylor can't
Any-
do nothing. No.
Well,
Matt
no.
Ryan doesn't look for Jonathan
Matt Ryan?
Taylor
No, he does not.
in a pass. Jonathan Taylor make a run. I'm sure I saw he was open a couple of times.
I watched the entire game.
Matt Ryan could have
He
just
no.
Yeah.
short pass.
He threw it to him once for 9 yards, wide open, done. We get anywhere near the end zone. No, just turns around. He would rather take a sack than throw or pass it off.
But
Because
in saying
that's
that-
what he did.
In saying that, is Jonathan Taylor looking a risk at where people drafted him? People drafted him at first or second this year.
No.
You think he's going to be worth his first or second round pick this year?
I hope so.
Overall.
Overall.
I picked him up in a couple of
First or
places.
second.
Overall, yeah. I think so. I mean, you can definitely tell that we missed.
Okay, that's enough.
I think he's one bad week.
Yeah, that's enough
Yeah.
about the Colts.
Robertson,
Right,
Robertson or
obviously,
ETN.
let's talk about the people who actually are fantasy relevant.
There we go.
Lawrence, I'd pick Lawrence up. He had a solid game.
You still got him in the dynasty?
Yeah.
235 yards, 2 TDs. Just great game, and it was made easy for him.
Yeah, it was.
I hope he
What's-
doesn't show up in London.
I mean, all he found was Kirk. Didn't matter where he was, he found him. 6 for 6, 78 yards, 2 TDs.
Yeah, really
You
good
just
game.
couldn't stop him.
I've put a few trade offers in for Christian Kirk. Didn't like the ball.
The running backs are a bit weird for me. I
Well,
don't
I'm
know
good.
which
Well,
way to
I'll-
go.
I'm going to touch on the running backs a bit later.
Yeah, I mean, James
Jacksonville.
Robinson, 23 carries, 64 yards, obviously got a touchdown. And then Etienne, I like
He's back.
Etienne.
Etienne,
I
yeah,
like
supposed to
Etienne.
be.
I mean,
he went a
only
lot
got
higher.
9
in the
carries.
draft.
He needs more carries.
James Robinson's clear RB1 there.
He is, yeah.
For a guy who went out with an Achilles tear.
He's come back, monster.
Come back.
And he was undrafted as well, wasn't he? He was
No.
undrafted.
Was he? Not
Yeah,
sure.
pretty sure he
remember.
was an undrafted free agent last year before. Well, yeah,
Can't
that's
remember.
all I've got to say about them. I mean, if you've got defences in your league, I mean, Jacksonville, 3 interceptions, 0 points allowed, 5 sacks, and a fumble.
Second best defense on the week.
Yeah, who was first?
Bucks.
Bucks.
Obviously with the touchdown. That's the only thing that was missing from the defence, to be fair.
Can tell the Colts really messed out with Pittman.
Yes. I mean, Matt
It's
Ryan
so
for me
shallow.
is my bum of the week, bust of the week. I'm telling you, I never thought I'd say that I'd miss Carson Wentz or that I'd want Nick Foles to start next week. And that's bad considering
Colts
we're
probably got
playing...
the worst wide receiver core in the league.
No,
No depth to it.
no depth.
No depth.
We've got
He's
one
Pittman or
really
who
good
else?
one.
Yeah, they haven't got a wide receiver core.
No.
No.
I think we make up for it normally with like the 9 tight ends we play, but
Yeah.
obviously we didn't. Right, moving quickly on. Ant, please save me and pick another game.
Right, Seahawks 49ers. I laugh at Geno Smith. You've been brought back down to reality. You are not a Super Bowl contender.
Oh no.
Just like you lads.
Broncos are Super Bowl contender.
Broncos are not Super Bowl
They are.
contenders.
So the big takeaway from that game, obviously, Geno Smith got brought back down, and Trey Lance, season over, ankle surgery. Jimmy Garoppolo looked very pleased with himself when he was coming on over that. I think it was a bit wrong.
Yeah, I
But
didn't like it.
have you seen the footage of the players? They get around Jimmy G. And
Did you?
They cheering him, they patting him. It's clear Jimmy G's the favourite for the playing.
Yeah, but
They probably
when
fancy
you're
him.
paying that much money.
He is a good.
You know what was that? They
He
fancy
is
him.
a
They probably
very
fancy him.
good-looking man.
Have you
I
seen
mean, the centre's eyes lit up, then they went, oh, Jimmy's behind me. Yes.
Have you seen the picture of him as a woman?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's the best
you
one.
said
It's the best one.
I tell you what,
I'm
It nearly-
comfortable
it nearly
with my
turned our
sexuality
producer.
to say Jimmy G is a very good-looking man. But come on, he did all right as well. 30 for 21 completions, 154 yards, touchdown. 4 carries for 5 yards and a touchdown. 1, yeah. Trey Lance obviously wanting the game long, but speedy recovery to him. Running backs.
Can I interject? You know, maybe why the players obviously prefer Jimmy. They know what they're going to get. Trey Lance is probably not going to be good.
We were talking about this the other day, weren't we?
Yeah.
Trey Lance played 1 season in the NCAA at South Dakota or North Dakota.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the SEC, he didn't play in Florida, didn't play Alabama. He played in a mediocre team. The 49ers picked him up because he could run. He played 1 season and he went so high in the draft. Overdrafted, overrated, and he's come apart. Obviously, he can't help an injury, but I don't reckon he would have been.
I mean,
I don't reckon he would have done
I
much.
mean, looking at the conspiracy,
tackle,
they drafted him to get the team around Jimmy finally.
Yeah. We'll have, on the next show, we'll have tinfoil hat time. And I'll bring in NFL conspiracies.
Well, the other thing is, right, you know, they're an older team now. You know, they've already been, a lot of those guys already went to the Super Bowl. Then they're essentially waiting on this kid to get to the level. But by the time he reaches that level, these guys are going to be on the way out. So they don't really have time. Obviously, the coaches and general managers have the time to wait for Trey Lance to get great. But these other guys are like, no,
They need it
I
now.
want to win now. We just went 3 years ago in the Super Bowl. Let's get back with
Yeah.
the quarterback that took us there.
Well, yeah, I mean, what's the average career in the NFL? Was it 2 years? 2 years, 3 years?
For what?
Such a
Average career in the NFL?
No, longer than that, sure.
No, it isn't. You'll be surprised. I mean, you've got to think of all the like defensive linemen and stuff that
Yeah.
get injured.
The offensive lineman.
Knees
lasts
getting
forever.
busted and stuff.
So running backs in the game. Now we're not really talking about. Jeff Wilson stepped up, took place for Elijah Mitchell. Wasn't nothing spectacular though. They got shut down a bit. And Rashard Penny, I maybe say his first name. He didn't look as good. Obviously the Broncos let him run all over him, but the Niners shut him down. Wide receivers, obviously Deebo Samuel is a lock-in every week. I've got him in places as well as a wide receiver 1.
More so now with Jimmy.
Yeah, more so now, but he was anyway. The other one I think this Jimmy Garoppolo coming back in. It's Brandon Ayuk.
I like Brandon.
Trey Lance is a deep ball threat apparently, and Ayuk's the deep ball runner, so he's going to have an effect on him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, last year he wasn't fantasy relevant.
He was terrible.
He was boom or bust.
Yeah, I picked him up and he didn't do anything. I was expecting big targets from him, and he had some games with 0 or 1 targets.
Speaking of boom or bust, the other wide receivers on the other side.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett.
Tyler Lockett, they switched him out. Say Tyler Lockett's normally the deep ball pass as well, but they brought him in for the short game this week, and it paid off. And DK wasn't really relevant. But Lockett 9 for 11, 107 yards, 6 receiving yards. Good game for him, very fantasy relevant. I think he's the player that has won me one of my matchups in the Megla Bowl, where Tyler Lockett is me wide receiver 2.
Nice.
Because whoever drafted that team that orphaned him and I had to pick up must have played fantasy before. They picked Amari Cooper for wide receiver 1. Yeah, well, move on. Will Disley, still there, no offence. Boo. Yeah. That's about it for that game. Not much went on. Just glad Gino got put in check.
Yeah.
From bitterness.
Right. I'll kick in with Bengals versus Cowboys now. So
Bengals, Cowboys, Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah. That's what it is. The ball's truly burst, hasn't it, for the Bengals? All I've got written down here was Zeke poor, Lamb good, Tony Pollard good.
Zeke poor. Zeke hasn't been in the side of the top 40 of running backs this season so far. Yeah. I'm sure I've got it here. I haven't written it down, but I know he's outside the top 4. I'm sure if week 1 he finished 42nd, and this week he finished 48.
Yeah, I don't think he's.
I mean, it's week 2.
Way overdrafted from where
he's
doing.
Get silly. It's week 2.
No, I don't think Zeke's any good. You look at how he finished last year as well. No good. Started this
He's
year.
on a decline. I saw a stat the other day. Year decline and dropping. Yeah.
But
I'm still happy to start Zeke.
I've got no one to
Yeah, I haven't seen some places.
I think Rush had a good game. I don't think he's a starter, but I think he's good enough to keep the numbers up for Lamb and Pollard to be relevant.
What about Noah Brown?
I think that's it, really.
Noah Brown looks good with Cooper Rush.
Joe Burrow.
He was under attack I mean, the bloke got sacked 6 times.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Joe Burrow's going to have a short season in the NFL if they
tell
don't.
you, they've got to get some protection
They
on him.
invested so much money in the O-line, and then it's all gone away. I think they're only playing with one offensive line starter that they had last season.
Yeah.
Invested and it's gone.
The O-line's terrible. I've got written down here, Mixon's averaging 3 yards per carry in both weeks so far. That O-line...
He's still starting Mixon, though.
Yeah,
RB2?
Yeah,
I won't be happy taking
you're
as an RB1.
Mixon, Higgins, Chase, you're starting every week. But yeah,
Chase had a bad game.
Yeah, but you're starting him, aren't you?
You've got to.
It's because Burrow's had no time to find Chase. He was just under attack the whole game.
About CD Lamb?
Honestly, he was... I'm telling you. It was like Mike Tyson taking on children, I'm telling you. The Cowboys were not messing about, they were taking numbers.
Yeah, but they needed that after last week.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised they got the win, but having seen how bad the Cincinnati O-line is, I think that's the worst in the league.
0-2, coming off a Super Bowl appearance or loss.
Yeah.
Do you think they go and change it round?
Super Bowl loss.
Potentially.
Loss.
I'm not giving them an appearance.
They can't be that bad all season. They've got some great potential there. But
Oh, they've got a great young team.
I think the Dallas are still them boys. They're out. Dalton Schultz is injured. Might not play Monday.
Yeah.
So there's another tight end out who was quite high. He's a good tight end. He was coming in drafted as a top 10 tight end this season.
But it should have been with Dak.
Yeah, with Dak.
Yeah.
I think Dak's overrated.
Of course he is.
Always
Of course
injured.
he is. I don't know what Dallas are doing, paying him all the money in the world
He's
to
a
keep him.
great leader.
No, he isn't.
No.
No, there's only one great leader,
yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, he's a great leader because he was on the
Wilson.
sideline with the headset on. But have we got any more games to go through?
Yes. Do you want me to pick one for you? I want to go New York Jets.
Jets, Joe Flacco,
Jets and
Browns.
Flacco.
Oof.
He has a very, very good game. Old man Flacco.
Best game he's had in years.
Mr. Floor Flacco.
Missed.
Can you remember that?
Yeah, I can remember when he missed the
floor.
He had a very, very good game. 26 out of 44 for 307 yards. 4 TDs. Joe Flacco, 4 TDs. I don't believe that.
Garrett Wilson.
It was all Wilson and Davis.
Yeah, I had Wilson on the bench.
Yeah.
Because he's not a bloke you're looking at starting, but he's got potential. I mean, people have started comparing him to Jefferson.
I started Elijah
No.
Moore.
Well, no, he isn't, but they've been compared.
And-
Last year, I had Elijah Moore, and I played him a lot. I drafted Wilson, and I traded away Elijah Moore. I think Wilson is going to be the number one
He's the
wide
future of the
receiver
Jets.
Yeah, he
for
is.
the
Yeah.
New York Jets.
Got that
Well,
roll tide.
and Breece Hall, who he picked up this year.
Breece Hall.
Breece Hall.
He-
I like Breece Hall
Yeah, but he's splitting too much with Carter.
for now.
It makes them both average.
For now.
And are the Jets going to have that many game scenarios where they're out in front, they're going run the ball more. It's going to be passing games.
Yeah, I like.
I don't think the Jets running back to fantasy relevant.
No,
In deeper
but-
leagues as a flex, Breece Hall,
I'll
Carter.
tell you his
Pretty-
fantasy
who are you
relevance.
picking?
On the other side of the ball, Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Wow. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
he
he
was
just-
adding this
Great
week.
touchdown,
Yeah.
solid start,
Yeah.
week in, week out.
3 TDs this week.
You still lost though, didn't you, Anderson?
3 TDs this week.
Feeling, man.
Juju, man.
But other than the usual suspects, there wasn't many. It was a great game to watch.
Yeah, there was.
But there wasn't. There's
Where you
not
at
a lot
with
of-
Amari Cooper?
One
One good game.
game.
I'll
That's it.
touch on Amari Cooper. He's my start for next week.
Well, we'll talk about him a
Sure.
little bit more
Well,
next. A little bit later then.
So it's about that from that game. Cardinals Raiders. What a game. I should have turned the Broncos game off to tune into this one. We ended up texting each other, don't we?
Yeah.
Chatting, buzzing. I was a bit drunk, finishing off my Chinese and watching this game. The Raiders. How they let that 2-point conversion go. Kyle Murray had all the time in the world. Ran 80 yards sideways and ran it in. What were the Raiders doing? Say, what a rally back, what a game. Let's say, obviously that
He was
roasted me.
running like he was on tag, that boy.
But obviously, F the Raiders from my point of view. So I say Murray Ball of the Week. Got outvoted by you, for Tua.
No chance.
31 for 49, 277 yards and a touchdown. 2-point conversion, sorry. Did have an interception. But yeah, ball game. Derek Carr, isn't he? Kyler Murray.
Exciting, is he?
No, Kyler Murray is. I'm glad I traded. Like I say, I traded Josh Allen and Kittle, and I picked up Mark Andrews and Kyler Murray, which I think was a pretty level trade.
Yeah, I think it's more.
I've lost a bit. It says now because he's lost Kittle, so I'll rub my hands. But yeah.
Only thing. And again, this is another point I may have heard elsewhere, but
seem to be talking to a lot of other people.
But like, no, they obviously Kyler Murray, but think about how he ended last season, and now they're trying to structure him to look at an offense, and then when they try and play that offense the entire game, they're losing, and then they just say, Kyler, just figure something out, right? So is that how they're going to play the rest of the season?
No, let's not forget though, he's got no nuke. Diop's suspended, isn't he?
So 6 game back week. Is it 6 games?
Week 7, I think.
Week 7 is he back?
At least then
week
he can
8.
actually throw the ball to somebody.
Yeah.
And he hasn't got to run round himself.
I can't think of his name, but that Cardinals head coach, he is clueless. He looks clueless. I don't even know his name.
Yeah.
There we go. But like I say, they've got to let Kyler Murray read the field and run the offense there. Cause
it's his job.
It's what he did.
Yeah.
Derek Carr. Would you start him?
Yeah.
Would you trade for him?
No.
No. Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's done there.
Solid game. I think the Raiders were a bit overhyped. Yeah, he's picked up Adams, but Adams was shut out. Held in check. He had his TD, which boosted his...
That was his first play.
Goal.
That was his first catch.
They shut him down. Yeah. It was all about Hunter Renfro and his concussion protocol after his overtime fumble.
Yeah.
F the Raiders, man.
You seem happy about that.
Yeah.
He got smacked.
I'm not laughing at the guy. He's got a
He got
concussion,
smacked.
but he got done.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He was
I mean,
great.
let's be fair. You wouldn't wish it on anybody except the Raiders player.
Yeah. What do you think about Greg Dortch? Rookie, solid rookie. Would you put him in? Would you play him?
No.
I think he's fantasy relevant
until Hopkins comes back.
Comes back.
I'm not making moves.
And that's the other reason I've picked up Hurts in leagues. But I reckon he'll drop off once Hopkins is back as well, because it's all just going to go to him.
Yes.
So Waller as well is balling out, isn't he? 6 for 8, 50 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 receptions.
Yeah, I think he's the best tight end in the league.
Where is he in at the minute?
Well,
He's currently 73rd. But
Yeah, not fantasy-wise, but I think I think he's actually the best. If you told me I've got a free pick of tight end for my team,
yeah,
I'd be picking Darren Waller. Yeah, I would.
I'm glad he's
over
on
Kelsey and Andrews.
Yeah, Kelsey's getting too old. Andrews.
In a redraft league, you're going to take
Andrews is
Kelsey.
only there because Lamar Jackson loves his tight end so much. I think if you put him on a team that doesn't love give him a QB that doesn't love targeting the tight ends, he suddenly becomes massively irrelevant.
Yeah, but that's if so. But since he's got it, he's got Lamar who will target him, so he's very fantasy relevant.
Yeah, but if you put Worley with Lamar Jackson, he's getting more points than Andrews does.
Yeah.
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 I
I think Waller's the best tight end in the league. You don't have to agree with me, Ant. I mean, you're a Broncos fan. It shows how wrong you are already.
We're going to
win the Super Bowl.
We're going to the Super Bowl. Let's ride.
Russell Wilson MVP. Let's ride.
Unlimited.
You know, there's videos of him where he's high-fiving a crowd that isn't there. At the end of the season, he's going to be lifting a Super Bowl that isn't there.
No, we're going to the playoffs. Might not be Super Bowl ready. We had a shaky start. We'll come good. The Broncos will come good. Super tough, yeah. But Chargers are massively overrated going into the season.
Yeah. No.
Chargers. I underestimated the Chiefs before losing Hill, and obviously Mahomes being paid all that money, they couldn't afford to pay anyone else. But yeah. AFC West.
Kelsey's still doing his thing for him, though.
For now, we had a crap game last week. Got body slammed.
He had a good game, man. He got hit hard. Didn't he? You have to do that.
He got out.
highlight of the Chiefs game was Kelsey being body slammed.
He got dropped. He should be on WWE late night.
Yeah, honestly,
highlights.
yeah.
It was
He
good.
picked him up with his, drove with his legs and slammed that bitch down there. But that's about it for the Cardinals Raiders game. Obviously, it was
Tennessee against the Bells. The Bells look outstanding.
Yeah, they look amazing.
Though,
I can't wait for the Broncos play him in the AFC Championship game.
what, on Madden? Because that's the only time you're playing with them.
Yeah, but
Josh
they're
Allen.
amazing, but there's really, let's talking about fantasy.
It's
there's
Josh
2
Allen
players in there.
and it's Diggs.
Yeah, there's Allen and Diggs.
I mean, that's all you
Knox
need
maybe
to know.
if you're struggling at tight
No,
end.
no. Obviously not last night. Gabe Davies.
Gabe Davis, yeah, it was
I am
okay.
so glad I picked
Last
him
week.
up. I picked him up in Dynasty. I dropped him. And then I was free to pick him up again when I realised I made a mistake. Obviously didn't play last night, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
flex option.
but fantasy-wise, you're looking at Allen, you're starting every week. Diggs, you're starting every week.
This threw up for me massive question marks about Tennessee. They were number one, what way? They were number 1 seed going into the playoffs last year.
Last year.
Yeah.
Look at them now. They
Yeah,
lost
it just-
against the Giants
Just shows you what they do, can't do.
and they got mullered by. I mean, they were in the game till nearly half time. Let's be honest, they were in the game. But
No Derrick Henry.
They just got-
no chance.
Did Derrick
Blown.
Derrick Henry took a third quarter. He was on the sideline, gloves off.
Dude,
you
he's
blame
chilling.
him. What's the point?
Chilling.
What's the point saving? He's a end of the season sort of.
13 carries, 25 yards and a touchdown. If he didn't have his touchdown,
He'd be
Yeah.
my bust of the week.
well, if he didn't get his touchdown, what was it? 1.3 points.
Yeah, Buffalo
Yeah.
are just so good.
Maybe
So,
two points, maybe.
There's nothing really more to say about the game other than Buffalo were amazing both sides of the ball.
Yeah, sit Moss, sit Singletary.
Just stay away from the Buffalo running game
Coop.
altogether.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be playing any of them. You're playing Derrick Henry regardless of this game next week.
Yeah, of
You,
course
you,
you
I
will.
mean, you've got to. If you've
I've
got
got
Derrick
to.
Henry in
He's
your
my,
team,
yeah.
Again,
he's your number 1 running
It's
back.
just
isn't
because
he?
of how high you've drafted him. It's not his performance.
But sometimes that's what you need. Like, you've got no other choice.
I haven't got
Do you
a
know what I
choice.
mean?
And it's
He's got
yeah.
Derrick Henry. He's not going to sit Derrick Henry next week.
And I haven't got the balls to drop Derrick Henry.
I haven't got the ball.
If I've got him,
No,
I'm playing him.
I don't think
I've
so.
got it. I
mean,
can't
I'm
believe
still playing
I
Taylor.
can't believe I traded away Javonte Williams for Derrick Henry. I'm regretting that now.
Massively.
You won't come the end of the season.
Wow.
Maybe for a playoff push if we get there.
Come the end of the
Why,
season, you won't.
what did the Broncos do this week? Did you cover that game?
I think they lost. It feels like they lost. 9-60.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson choked. Nathaniel Hackett can't call the game. Judy's out with injury. I don't know if he's going to end up on the IR, but he's reported as a collarbone injury, but it's apparently ribs. He's day to day.
Simmons out.
Say again?
Simmons.
Oh, Simmons, yeah, he's out. I think he's on IR. He's a solid safety, one of the best safeties in the league. But
Do you think
it's just-
Judy being out's a good thing if you've got Sutton?
if you got Sutton, yeah. I've got Sutton. In our Dynasty. Dan had Judy this week and I had Sutton.
Yeah.
So I was well happy.
Yeah.
Obviously, not from a fan perspective, but
Yeah,
fantasy relevance, yeah.
Yeah, but
Sutton's a
Danny Boy's
baller.
not
Sutton,
like
Sutton and
Williams.
Wilson will get better and better and better. And Sutton is going to be solid. The wide receiver 2 this.
Solid flex too.
If you're in a deep
Small-
league,
yeah.
deep league, it's wide receiver 1.
Oh yeah. If you're in a 12, yeah.
12-team league, 3 wide receiver core. Like,
I mean, wide receiver 1 might be pushing it. Let's be honest. He hasn't got the quarterback throwing it to him at the minute.
the best quarterback in the league.
No, Manning retired.
Pierce,
What?
I was impressed with. I liked how Pierce ran the ball.
Yeah. On the other side of the ball,
Yeah, I thought
Pierce
ran well.
was a beast.
Well,
I mean, he
But I think the
played
Broncos
well.
make Rashard Penny in week 1 look good. This week,
Yeah.
Pierce looked good.
Pierce looked good.
I
against
was
us the week
considering
before.
putting Pierce in for my start of the week this week, but I'm not too happy with it, so I went elsewhere. A play that made me spill my Chinese down me and spit my whiskey out. Wilson, this is on him. Dumped the ball off
The one that's,
to Beck when he had Javonte Williams stood there.
Oh, was that the Titan one?
Yes.
Yeah.
No tight ends are relevant with the Broncos, no Texans. If I had Williams, I'd start Williams week in, week out. Cortland Sutton, I'm starting. Russell Wilson, deeper quarterback league, I'd start him. but
No.
I'm out on him at the minute. It's tough to say. 2 QB super flex.
2 QB super
Isn't
flex.
a QB2, but
he's
he's
there.
not a QB1. It's not.
It's not a QB1 on your standard
I'd start
league.
a lot of players over him at the minute.
So you want to take him in that trade now?
No, keep him.
We've only
Unlimited
got a-
frustration from
He's a
the
great leader.
Yeah, he is a great leader.
a great leader. Did you see any of the game? The fans were counting down the play clock at home. Because they were getting penalties for delay of game at home.
That was brilliant though.
I understand
really
it a little bit
enjoyed
at
that.
Seahawks because it's just so loud.
Yeah,
The
but not
Bills
there.
was loud last night.
But enough said, on the Broncos, moving on.
So I'll tell you what then, I'll take Chicago and Green Bay. I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was a rubbish game.
Yeah.
I mean,
Green Bay aren't looking exciting.
Green
so
Bay,
are they?
no,
Chicago
they're
look
not
terrible.
doing anything without Adams.
Yeah, but Jones.
Jones is
Solid start.
solid every
Yeah.
week.
But they do
in,
make stuff
week
with
out.
Dylan a little bit.
Yeah, I traded away Jones for CMC.
Yeah, that's looking pretty good for you.
Paying off.
No, I actually. I traded Jones and a wide receiver, I can't remember who it was though, for Waddle and CMC.
DJ Moore.
With
For
Batesy.
DJ Moore.
DJ
Yes.
Moore.
Yeah, it was DJ Moore
DJ
and Aaron Jones for CMC and Jalen Waddle. So I think
Nice.
I'm the winner out of that trade.
Yeah.
Because I gave
Yeah, it
him
was
DJ Moore.
Batesy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Batesy's gone 0-2 in the Dynasty League.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know he left Lamar Jackson on the bench,
Yes.
playing me in
Played
the Dynasty? Played Burrows
Really?
instead.
Well,
I mean, don't get me wrong, right? It looks like I beat him by about 40 odd points. But if he'd have put Lamar Jackson in, he'd have still lost anyway. So
I think we just changed the lead to best ball then. Because if we'd done that, I'd be 2-0 right now.
I am 2-0, so we'll just leave it as it is.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, where are you with it? Where are you with him?
He's got no one to pass to.
Yeah, but he's still good. I mean,
He's still going to be Hall
Still.
of Famer, yeah, but is he fantasy relevant? I don't
Yes.
think so.
You play him over Wilson?
yes.
Not just being a knob to me. would
I'd
you
play
him
next,
over Wilson?
mate. I'd play next door's cat over Russell Wilson.
But Wilson in game one, yeah, we lost the game, but he had 334 passing
did.
yards, touchdown.
Yeah, wicked.
Good.
Well, I tell you
Yeah,
what,
and he didn't have the bottle to tell a rookie coach, no, we're going to go for it. But
On
anyway,
the-
that's a different conversation.
on the other side of the ball, though, Justin Fields, no, he's not fantasy relevant.
He
at
has
all.
passed 28 times in total so far this season.
Yeah,
Well,
he
we
was
spoke of-
7 for 11.
Yeah, me and Steve
7
spoke
for
about
11.
this on the way in. And next year, Chicago are going to have about 100 million on the salary cap spare.
Oh, the tanking.
And yeah, Justin Fields is going to take them to a high draft pick.
Yes, 100%.
So
Said
Chicago aren't going to be relevant this year.
No.
Next year,
Montgomery's relevant.
The
We'll see
only
what wide
player,
receivers
the only
come up.
player for me who's relevant on the Bears is Montgomery.
What are you doing with Mooney?
I'm never talking to him again. He's going on from my bench, and he can go on the waiver wire, and someone can.
Wave him, would you?
yeah, I'd drop him.
Cole Kmet.
He caught
No,
one
I'd keep
pass, Mooney, for -4 yards. One pass for
For
minus
-4.
4 yards.
Yeah,
You'd keep Kmet.
yeah, I would.
Kmet-
But that's entirely just down to
He's
how...
being used, must be being used as a pass blocker. He is.
I'm not
Zero
saying I'm
He's not
starting,
getting targets.
but
He's
I'm
not
keeping
getting
him
targets.
benching just because of how shallow it would
He
be
had
on
one
at tight
target.
ends.
Like 0 for 1 this week.
Yeah. I mean, we've
What-
seen better players than Kmet go for 0 targets.
What I was talking to, I think it was you earlier, once on the way. Fields completed 7 passes.
Yeah. 7 for 11.
7 for 11.
yards.
3 of them were to running backs
And a fumble.
Rogers
and a fumble.
owns
But yeah,
the Bears.
Rogers owns the Bears.
He does.
He does. He claimed it.
Nothing
he
more to
did.
say.
He's never lost.
Yeah, the passing game for the Bears isn't there. Fields, I wouldn't start him. There's a lot of QBs I'm starting over him. Mooney had drop, Kmet had drop.
And that's-
Monty is the only player I'm willing to play.
I'd just keep Monty. Or St. Brown, I quite like St. Brown.
Oh, I'm Ra's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll say the passing game in there. I understand about week 1, absolute torrential rain. Week 2, good
Yeah,
conditions.
They just got owned.
Owned.
Yeah.
Owned.
I think it's just the last game now, Eagles.
Eagles.
Haha.
I like the Eagles.
Rapidly becoming my favourite NFC team.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I thought you both would say that.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is good.
You
Alabama.
realise that we've got that on recording now.
Yeah, I know.
That's
you've got
gonna
it on
be my
recording.
ringtone
No,
for
he's
you.
not bad. He's not a bad player, is he? I mean, if I'm being honest, am I gonna pick Daniel Jones ahead of Jalen Hurts as a Giants fan? Yeah.
And you'd be...
You would sabotage your team.
I would rather sabotage the whole dynasty for...
So what do you think? What do you think to this? What I was saying, as we progress in our dynasty league, whoever scores not win or lose, whoever scores puts up the most fantasy points has to wear the opposition.
Loses,
No,
I'm
win
not
or
going
lose.
to buy any
No,
jersey.
so whoever
Not a
wins,
jersey,
just
a t-shirt.
Yeah,
Like I'm not going to go out and buy a fucking Chiefs jersey with Mahomes on. I can't afford to get a Sutton one at the minute. But like saying just because. So if you win or lose, but you score the lowest points out of us three, you've got to do the show in a Eagles t-shirt.
That's fine. I'm sweating under
forfeit.
these lights anyway, so I'll just sweat into that.
As a forfeit.
We'll not do it this week though because I won mine
As
with
we
the
progress,
lowest
mate.
points.
Sanders looked okay. Cook.
On Sanders.
I like
Flex
Sanders.
option.
I like it.
Yeah.
Low
I'm not
RB2.
starting him.
Yeah, he's an RB2 flex option.
You never know
I've
who's gonna
started
get
him.
carries.
I've started him both games this week and he's done alright for me.
Jefferson had a poor game. But
Yeah.
you're going to have
You're
games.
going
Poor
up
game
games
for
are
Jefferson.
Jefferson
He got
is
blown out.
set and forget every week.
Yeah.
Say 6 for 12, 48 yards.
He's getting the targets of 12.
Minnesota just got blown out.
Yeah.
The two touchdowns Hurts got was very, very weak defending. Have you seen them?
I haven't actually
seen
seen.
No,
Any
Extremely
of this.
weak defending. Because Hurts isn't like he's not plowing through you like Henry, but he was going down in both of them, and he managed to get another 5 yards on his way down. Like you can't let that happen. Honestly, he did. You can't make that happen.
Yeah, I like it.
So you take them them weaker touchdowns away, but yeah, they blew him out.
No, I don't know because he always gets rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, he always gets rushing yards, rushing touchdowns.
That's
but
why
yeah,
he's my QB in Dynasty.
yeah, they dominated on both sides of the ball.
Where you at with Phelan? 4 for 7, 52 yards, three receptions.
I mean, he took everything away from Jefferson, who I've also got, but
He was the key guy, wasn't he? A couple of seasons ago.
He was the vice who caught everything.
The enigma in the team and that game is Devontae Smith. Last week walked away with nothing. This week walks away as the number one guy.
On the Eagles side of the ball.
Next week what's he going to walk away as?
Nothing.
Watkins.
They're just going to go back.
One-off wonder.
Yeah.
Not very relevant this season.
No. I think if you've got him, why? But you're not starting him.
I know there's a lad going who was moaning in one of my leagues that he didn't pick him up last week.
Yeah, no, you're not picking him up, are you?
He wasn't even a consideration on the waivers last week for me. Didn't even know the name.
No.
AJ Brown, poor game.
Again, though, poor game. You're going to get them.
Yeah, you're going to start him.
It's more of a spread, wasn't it? Instead of just hitting AJ Brown, but you're starting him week in, week out.
Every week.
AJ. Every week.
Every week.
Irv Smith, Dalek Goddard.
Ooh.
2 top tight ends. Irv Smith was a little bit out on. I picked him up last season, benched it. He was injured once, so
yes, he was out for a while.
I think the only reason he had a good game is because the wide receivers were just covered on every play.
So he was open. Yeah. Good point. 5 for 8, 36.
I think if he's never looking, he's always going to be a third option, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's there.
Yeah.
Irv Smith, Cole Kmet, rest of the season.
Irv Smith.
Yeah. yeah, he's going to be Smith.
What else are you going to do? I'd take the QB who can throw the ball rather than Fields.
Could run it to him and run it over and pass it to him.
That'll be the only time that he gets there.
Breaking news.
Go on.
49ers are signing veteran or running back Marlon Mack to their active roster.
Marlon Mack.
It's because Elijah Mitchell and Terry and Davis Price injuries.
He's not worth
He's not going to
picking
do
up.
much, is he? He's just going to be...
I mean, he couldn't get onto Houston. I think
Houston
Texans signed him twice, then dropped him, then signed him to the practice squad, then dropped him again. He's not fantasy.
He might see 20% snap, something like that.
Maybe.
Right, so we'll call that the end of the show.
Yeah.
First ever podcast of the ultimate fantasy football podcast. You'll be checking us out here. You'll find us on Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, just look for always punting. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Always Punting Fantasy Football Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. And remember, over here, we're always punting.